What Confucius said. What Confucius actually said. Confucius was an outstanding Chinese thinker 2,500 years ago. His thoughts and remarks were collected by his students and compiled into the Analects of Confucius, which still affects the values and outlook on life of Chinese people today. Chinese people, like Westerners, quoting Confucius said will instantly appear very cultured, but if you can find the quotes is not what Confucius said, then smart people will become you. So, from this video, I will introduce the maxims in the Analects to you. This is what Confucius actually said, so at least, maybe it will be easier for you to become a cultured people. First of all, I would like to introduce a point. Ancient Chinese is a highly integrated Chinese language, which is very different from modern Chinese language in syntactic structure and grammar. Even not every modern Chinese can understand ancient Chinese language, just like following a simple ancient Chinese sentence, if expressed in modern Chinese, is obviously much longer. Confucius' original words are all in ancient Chinese. I will also try to translate them into English as integrated as possible, so it can be looked like aphorisms more and are convenient for people to remember. Then I'll explain it in detail. There are 20 chapters in the Analects, each of which includes several quotations or dialogues. I will give you a complete introduction through each video.
子曰：吾十有五而志于学，30而立，40而不惑，50而知天命，60而耳顺，70而从心所欲，不逾矩。
Confucius said, I pursued studying at 15, stand it up at 30, not be perplexed at 40, knew fate at 50, opened ears at 60, followed my heart but know beyond rules at 70. I was determined to learn at 15, achieved some success at 30, not be confused by external things at 40, understood the destiny at 50, correctly treated all kinds of other as criticism without uncomfortable at 60, did whatever I want without going beyond the rules at 70. Confucius believed that people should do what they should do at each stage of their lives.
孟懿则问孝，子曰：吾为樊迟玉。子告之曰：孟尊问孝于我。我对曰：吾为樊迟曰：何为也？曰：生，视之以礼；死，葬之以礼；祭之以礼。
Mengyizi asked filial piety. Confucius said, no violate. Fan Chi drove. Confucius told him. Mengsun asked me about filial piety. I replied, no violate. Fan Chi said, what meant? Said, alive, serve with etiquette, die, bury with etiquette, sacrifice with etiquette. When Meng Yizi asked what filial piety was, Confucius said, "Filial piety is not to violate etiquette." Later, when Fan Chi drove Confucius, Confucius told him, "Meng Sun asked me what filial piety is, and I replied not to violate the etiquette." Fan Chi said, "What does it mean?" Confucius said, "When your parents are alive, you should serve them according to the rites. When your parents die, you should bury them according to the rites and offer sacrifices to them."
孟武伯问孝，子曰：“父母为其疾之忧。”
Meng Wubo asked filial piety. Confucius said, "Parents should only worry about his disease." Meng Wubo asked Confucius for advice on filial piety. Confucius said, "As son or daughter, parents only need to worry when they are ill, but they should not worry about other aspects."
子游问孝，子曰：“今之孝者，是谓能养。至于犬马，皆能有养，不敬，何以别乎？”
Ziyou asked filial piety. Confucius said, "Nowadays filial piety only can support. As for dog or horse, both can be supported. Disrespect. How to differentiate?" Ziyou asked Confucius for advice on filial piety. Confucius said, "The so-called filial piety nowadays only means that it is enough to support parents. However, dogs and horses can be raised if you do not show filial piety to your parents. What is the difference between supporting parents and raising dogs and horses?"
子夏问孝，子曰：“色难，有事。弟子服其劳，有90。先生传，曾是以为孝乎？”
Zixia asked filial piety. Confucius said, "Countenance is difficult. Something happened. Younger proved his manpower, having food and drink. Elder it ever regard it as filial piety?" Zixia asked Confucius for advice on filial piety. Confucius said, "The most difficult thing is to be nice to your parents. If they have something to do, you finish it for them. If you have food and drink, let your parents eat. Can you think that is filial piety?" The above articles are all about Confucius teaching students how to love their parents. Due to different cultures, East and West may have different opinions. If you agree, you can also quote these quotes from Confucius.
子曰：“吾欲回言中事，不违如语，推而省其思，亦足以发，回也不愚。”
Confucius said, "I talked with Hui all day. No refute. As silly, back and observed his words and deeds. Able to develop. Hui not silly." I talked with Hui all day long. He never contradicted me, as if he were stupid. Later, I observed his own mind, speech and behavior, which was also very useful. He was not stupid. Confucius did not encourage people to hastily make arrogant fallacies and ignorant statements with only a little knowledge.